All right, well, folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm John. How you doing? It's good to see you. We've got a special request for some special brownies for tonight. So I pulled out that recipe that I used for the hazelnut brownies, okay, because that was nice and rich and yummy and fudgy. So, those were a real big hit. So I'm pulling out the same recipe. I'm going to do a couple of little changes to it. Okay, not too much, but, it'll be noticeable. So, without any further ado, we'll get started. What we'll do is we're going to start with, let's see, we got some sugar, we got some eggs. We'll probably put the eggs in first. Okay, so I'm going to start with 8 eggs, and let me get a cup. Okay, if you've watched my videos before, you see that I like to crack my eggs into a cup. Okay, so we're going to do 8. Here's 1, 2. Let's get that big one there. 3. All right. So these beautiful, organic, fresh chicken eggs, they're just the bomb diggity here. Okay, so here I've got something I don't want in my mix. Okay, see here? Got a little spot here. I want to get that out. I don't want that in there. Let's see if I can just pull it out. There we go. We'll lose a little egg white. But see, I don't want that in there. Just looks like a seed. Anyway, okay, so there's 5. Okay. And that's why we do it in a cup, folks. Okay. 6 and a 7. Oh yeah, beautiful. And this will be number 8. Okay, these organic eggs are just the bomb diggity. They really have a wonderful, rich yolk, excellent flavor. I'm very happy with them.
They also make dynamite omelets.
Heck yeah. So, I don't know if I ever said this on camera, but I actually save my eggshells, okay? And what I do is I let them dry out. I just keep them in a bucket. I let them dry out, and then when I go and plant my plants in my garden, like my tomatoes and my peppers, I take those eggshells, I crush them up, and then put them right in with the dirt. A great way to add calcium in a natural way to your soil, and to repurpose what would have already gone in the garbage into a landfill. So good stuff. All right, so we got our 8. Now I'm going to add 4 cups of sugar. Okay. And using granulated sugar for this. Okay, there's 4. All right, ski. Now I'm basically doing probably a double batch that you'd want to do at home. You probably want to do half of this. 4 eggs. That would be 2 cups of sugar. So just keeping that in mind. Now what I'm doing is I'm whipping this up. Okay. I'm going to add just a touch of salt, because my butter is not the same butter as I normally use. It's more of a coconut oil, and it's been infused. So it's going to be a little different than what I would normally make in this batch. Okay. So we're just going to let this whip. I'm going to go ahead and add a little vanilla to this. I might as well. Now's the time. Okay. And also, now would be a great time while that's mixing to get my pan ready, okay? Okay, now to get my pan ready, what I want to do is take my paper, my parchment paper, I'm going to cut the corners here because this makes my paper fit into my pan a lot better. And I'll show you in just a moment here what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I'm not going to spray the whole pan, I'm just doing the edge and then in an inch. Okay, see, just like that. And now when I draw my paper in with my corners cut, then you can slide it right down and then tuck it all the way to the edges, and then these corners just kind of flip into themselves here like so. Okay, so that's the trick on that. There we go. Now you got a nice flat bottom. You got your paper coming up, okay, but it doesn't have a crinkle in a, where it's just going to catch and make a big mess in the corner. Okay, so now that our pan is ready, and our egg mixture with the sugar is still whipping, okay, slow and steady is best. You don't need to crank it up and let it go crazy. Okay, so now this is my chocolate and butter mixture. Okay, what I have in here is 8 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. This is baker's chocolate. Talking about the nasty stuff that makes you when you try and bite into it, because there's no sugar added whatsoever. Okay, anyone that can eat this straight up, they're hardcore. Anyway, so what I did was I took 1 pound of butter. Okay, it's actually mostly coconut oil, okay, if you want to know the real deal. But anyway, I put half a stick of butter and then exactly a pound of infused coconut oil into this mix, okay, and then 8 ounces of the unsweetened chocolate. I've microwaved it, and basically I'm just letting it all melt together. Okay, basically you want your chocolate and your butter to all melt smooth. Okay, and then I got it nice and hot, and then I just let it rest. Okay, that was the first thing I did to start prepping this project. Okay, so now it looks like there really isn't too many chunks left here. Just to be sure. I suppose I could be using a whisk to really know, but I think I'm pretty good here. Anything that's solid is going to stay in the bottom anyway, so once I start pouring it off into here, I'll see where I'm at. If I need to hit the microwave again, I can, just for a few minutes, or for a few seconds. Okay, so now, let's just to review, we have 8 eggs and 4 cups of sugar. We have 8 ounces and 1 pound of butter, plus a little bit more, just to make it consistent. Okay, and then we're also going to need 2.5 cups of regular all-purpose flour. That'll be the final part of this mix. So now that this has been whipping up nice, okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this down a little bit, and I'm going to start pouring my chocolate butter mixture right in. Okay. And look at this. Now much on the bottom here. It all got mixed in.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. What we'll do is we'll break out a spatula so we can scrape the remainder of that in. Ooh, look how nice and chocolatey that is. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't that look yummy?
Sure does.
Okay. All right, good enough. Good enough. Okay, so now, that right there.
A little white action.
Mm-hmm. Oopsie. Okay, now, you normally wouldn't use a whip when you're adding flour, but because this mixture is so loose, we can get away with it on this recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out 2.5 cups of flour, all purpose. Okay. If you're going to err, you might want to err on the side of a little less. Well, if you err on the side of a little less, they're going to be a little more fudgy. If you add a little extra flour, they're going to be a little more firm and have a little more body to them. Okay, just saying. All right, there's that. I think this is ready to go. So now I'm going to turn it down again. Dump this all in at once. Let it slowly mix in. Okay, so now I'm going to bake this on my regular baking temperature. And it's probably going to take about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay. And I'll, of course, turn it about 3/5 of the way through. A little bit more than half. I'll let it go for about 12 minutes, 14 minutes, and then I'll turn them, see where they're at. And then, you know, they're either going to need another 10 or 12, or they're going to need 8 or 6 or whatever. But that's what I'll decide, you know, when exactly to pull them. But I'll set a timer just to make sure, so that we can tell you folks exactly what's going on. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that. These are going to be some fudgy brownies. Mm-hmm. Oh man, these are going to be some hardcore yummy brownies for sure.
A few moments later.
Okay, now all the flour has disappeared. I'm just going to stop this. Let all that settle down.
Oh, that looks divine.
Oh, heck yeah. Are you kidding? It's hard to even imagine this is going to bake into something solid. But it does. All right. So now, I don't want to let this drip everywhere. Put that off to the side. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and dump this in. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Now I'm not moving the bowl around. I'm just dumping right into the center so that the whole thing spreads out evenly. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, look at that. It smells good, doesn't it? Can you smell it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that even the neighbors are going to smell this.
That's okay. They can eat their own.
If we get a knock on the door, you'll know why.
We want some.
Wow, yummy. Something smells good over there. Okay. All right, folks. Now this is ready for the oven. Okay. But I'm going to add a little delight, because that's what we do around here. I'm going to add some of these peanut butter chips right to the top, and half of it. That's not enough, so we got to do a few more. Heck yeah.
Yeah, no need to be bashful.
Nope. Okay. Now I'm going to do butterscotch on the other side. Instead of walnuts. I suppose I could put a few walnuts on there, but butterscotch. Okay. Now these will just bake right in. A little extra flavor enhancement. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look at that. Yum, yum. All right, folks. We'll be back shortly, and I will let you know just exactly how long it took to bake these little guys. Okay? So we'll be right back. All right. So, folks, took me 25 minutes to bake these. And I turned them a couple of times, and then I let them cool for a little bit, and then I put them in the freezer so that they would solidify and get solid. So, what I'm doing is just I'm loosening up the side of the pan here. See how we have the paper Up to the edge?
Yeah.
There you go.
It's shrunk and it fits down the paper,
Well,
right?
that's makes it nice and easy to get out. Okay.
Oh, definitely.
So, just want to loosen that up a little bit. All right, now I'm going to take a pan and I'm going to pop this out. At least that's the idea.
I think I heard a release.
I think so.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Oh, yeah.
That is pretty.
Uh-huh. All right. So now, okay, this is beautiful. We're in 1 inch,
Yeah.
where it's like, kind of really fully baked, okay? This right here, where it's a little bit underbaked, that's going to be fudgy, yummy. Magic in the mouth. Magic in the mouth, okay? So, just saying.
Guilty confession.
Yeah.
That center part was real gooey. That's my favorite part.
Are you kidding me? Too.
You too, yeah.
Hell yeah. Excuse me, but yeah. Okay, so, all right, let's do this. Let's just, we'll loosen up
the right spot to pull.
Well, yeah, I just want to loosen up.
I get
this. Well, I'm going to, if I do it this way, then I get both kinds.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
All right, so first thing you do is loosen the edges around?
Yep.
Okay.
You want to pull that paper off of there.
Yeah, nobody wants to eat that part, right?
Well, now you see why it's so important that I cut it.
Oh, yeah.
And get it to form properly, because it's hard enough to get out of there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still going to stick a bit, though, until you...
If I had baked it, if I had pulled it about 3-4 minutes sooner, okay, this dark part right here would be all the way out, but then the whole thing would be like...
Jello-ish, kind of jiggly.
Well, what happens is the center part... Okay, if you don't have the edge done, then the center is not enough.
Yeah.
Not done enough in order to, hold together, really. I mean, it's just going to fall apart. And what you don't want is for it to taste raw.
Right.
Okay, if it tastes raw, then
you're not doing it right.
It didn't work.
Right.
I mean, you want it to be, gooey and fudgy and yummy, but not raw.
But holding together.
When it holds together, it's done enough to now be raw.
Okay.
Okay? So, yes, thank you. All right, so we're just going to pull. Okay, now, basically, I don't want to just pull this whole thing off because, number one, it's going to hold it together, and number two, it's going to keep it really fresh.
Okay.
Keeping it like this. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this part back here. Okay, and then I'm going to... Oh, yeah, look at that. Excuse me. All right, so now I'm going to take this paper and put it right on so. And then we will take this and just do a little flipperoonie. Like so. Okay.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
And here we are. Okay, so, alright, this is the part that doesn't have the paper underneath, so we'll just cut this little slab off.
Yeah.
Alright, so, just so you know, folks, before I put it in the oven, this butterscotch side here, what I did was I sprinkled a couple of chopped pecans on it before I popped it in the oven to give them a little extra yummy.
Mm-hmm.
And, keep in mind, you can just make things any which way you want, so it's all up to you. What I had, so that's what I used. Oh, look at that.
Oh my God, you're breaking my heart. Look at that.
Wow. Okay, so, alright. So, folks, I got to tell you the real purpose for these. I have a good friend of mine, and, he's got the cancer. It's very sad, and he needs a little relief. And that's why I made these very special brownies for him. Used the special butter for him. And hopefully he's going to enjoy some of these and get a little relief. And, it'll help with his pain. Because he's got cancer and it's very sad. And that's a shame. It's just a shame when people get that. And I feel terrible for people when that happens, and the whole family. Not to be a downer, but anyway, I made these for him, and, I'm going to try a couple, and they're going to be awfully delicious, and the majority of them are going to get sent off so that he can just enjoy them as he feels like he should. Okay? So, that being said, I'm going to take this piece here, and I'm going to actually cut it down a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to cut this in half, like so. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah. See, now, I told you how, it was baked on the end.
Mm-hmm.
If it was fudgy like the middle, then you can see. I mean, it's still fudgy right there, right on the very edge.
But it's got some firmness to it. So
Well,
it's
heck
not
yeah.
gonna fall apart.
Well, you need that.
Right.
You absolutely need that.
Sure.
Absolutely. Okay? So, anyway, let's put this here. And let's cut that in half. And then we'll do a little of this.
Oh, slicey slice
A
action.
little slicey slice, yeah. Okay. And then we can go like this. What do we got? About 1 by 1. 1 inch by
Yeah, it's
1
1 inch squares.
With these type of desserts here, these are not for the children, okay, first and foremost. And you want to do, you start out with less. And then if you need to, graduate to a little more. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, that being said, I'm going to give one a go because I'm going to try the peanut butter, I think. Tastes like a regular brownie.
Banging, though.
Just tastes like a regular brownie with a little peanut butter chocolate chip. Look at that. Isn't that yummy?
Oh, look at that moisture. It's just like...
Oh, heck yeah. My friend Jerry's going to love these.
Yeah.
I'll be going to the post office tomorrow with a few of these.
There you go.
Send them off.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was a peanut butter one.
And there's the
Wow, that's yummy.
other end with the
Yeah, I gotta try that.
butterscotch.
You know darn well I gotta try that.
Of course.
Alright, so,
Only reason I'm not trying it is I have to drive.
well, we don't want him to kick in before you get home.
Yeah, or I'd be
So-
spending the night.
Yeah, we'll be sending you off with some too.
That's okay.
Alright, so here we got the butterscotch chips and the pecans. Alright, so.
What do you think of the butterscotch?
Oh man.
Banging?
Wow. I think I like that even better.
I think the butterscotch probably has a different kind of personality to it.
Well, the sweetness of the butterscotch really contrasts the richness of the chocolate.
Yeah.
Whereas the peanut butter kind of, that goes with it.
Right.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
So you got works with it, and then this is kind of more a contrast, right? Got it. Okay.
And I could drizzle some caramel over that.
Oh, I know you could.
And likewise, I could drizzle some fudge over here.
You could.
And
Possibilities are
y'all have the
staggering.
y'all have the recipes in the other videos, so
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about if you watch my videos. So anyway, you got anything you want to say?
Just remember to like, subscribe, share, comment. We love comments. Please comment so we can figure out what we're going to do next. Because we rely on you people to give us ideas of what you want us to make. We will post the recipe for this in the comment or the description bubble down below.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Of course.
be looking for it.
All right, and don't worry, excuse me, don't forget, bake with love. Just like we did here, and it's always going to be fabulous. Can't lose. Thank you.